All right, everybody. Well, you've seen the thumbnail. You know what we're doing today. We're hanging out with the owner of this very famous hot rod, Mr. Mike Finnegan. And he's upstairs grabbing some stuff out of the house, but we're going to be doing some riding, a little tuning on this here hot rod. He's replumbed the water so that we can feed the intercooler separately from the engine to try and get as cold of water as we can get into there to make the intercooler work as best as possible, because cold air makes more horsepower and it makes safer horsepower. So that's what we're going to be trying to do today. I'm excited to take out the wife's boat, which actually they're getting ready to go on a trip out to Colorado with it, and get to do a little test driving today ourselves. So let's get into this thing and see if we can go get out on the lake. So another thing we've got going on today, it's going to be a first for me, is riding a stand-up jet ski. Mike's offered me a ride on these things later in the day. And as much as I've been around the water, if you guys didn't know, when I was in high school, we had a house on the lake down there in north central Florida. And I had a boat, friends had wave runners, but never a stand-up jet ski. So I might just make myself look like a complete clown on one of these. And maybe that'll make it into the video. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But Mike's actually headed up to see Pete Harrell. Real good at doing stuff, Pete. They're going to be doing some tuning on that hot rod either tomorrow or the day after. Can't remember what he told me. But yeah, it's time for us to get to work. I got a couple of sensors to wire up for the new plumbing system, and then we're on the water. Start. Find out. There's Mike. And we made it out.
Hello.
Perfect timing. So we've been wiring in a couple of new sensors for the last, I don't know, hour or so. Now it's time to go play on the lake. Here we are at the lake, and for those of you that don't know, I mean, aside from those bigger waves that are about to roll in from a boat that just went by, that's some good looking water for going fast in. So for going fast in a boat or anything on the water, you don't want perfectly smooth water. We want them to have a little ripples in it, so it actually gets air bubbles under the boat, and it breaks that surface tension. I think that's what I've heard it called before, surface tension. That makes sense?
That sounds very smart. I like that. Let's go with that one. Surface tension.
Cool. Let's go make some waves of our own. You're looking pretty good. Go that way just a hair. Right, yep, that's good enough. Follow her straight in. I see the back floating.
Seems legit.
All right, so we had a little situation here, and actually Mike went to go get some tools because what had happened was the boat was in neutral, and there's a fancy thing down here in the back of the boat. See that jetaway piece right there? Well, maybe you can see that, what that arrow says right there. But basically that piece was slid backwards and it was kind of stuck. So we tried beating it with a rock wrapped in a t-shirt. That didn't work. So Mike took off to go get a hammer, but I was able to spin the boat around and then use my arms and kind of lever the thing back off, and Mike doesn't even know it. He's gone to get tools and he's gonna get back and I'm gonna be like, yeah, we fixed it. Or I fixed it, because I fix things, that's what I do. So, if you guys like what you're seeing here, today's video, please give us a subscribe. Give us a comment down in the bottom too. I try to get down there and answer, you know, as many of the things as I can. Questions and comments and all that kind of fun stuff. And if you want some KSR merch, winwithksr.com. You can get some t-shirts, hats, stickers, posters. And also check out Finnegan's channel, Finnegan's Garage on YouTube. And he also has merch. I believe it's fsmgarage.com. You can find it, just use the old Google. So here comes Mike, not knowing that I've already fixed the boat, so let's see what his reaction is. Hey, guess what? I already fixed it.
You got it to move?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a hammer.
Yeah, I was able to like get from the back and like use, like pry my arms against the transom or the back of the lip here, and I got it to wiggle and then it slid forward. So I think we're good.
Perfect.
We'll find out. It went forward. I'm not sure it's in gear, but it did go forward.
Oh, as long as there's two Allen, as long as they're covered up.
Yep.
We're good.
We're good. I'm gonna have to spin the boat around again because the wind is messing me up. Yeah, I thought it would be pretty funny that you come back and I actually fixed it, so. All right, let's spin this thing around and go out and test out the speed ripples out there. Okay. I'm gonna test before I let it go. So if it fires up and tries to drive out of my hands, we're good?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see some squirting.
We have a thrust.
Thrust is a good thing. All right, so we had a little water pressure problem in the intercooler, but the installer of the regulator put it in backwards, and it happens.
Yeah.
The engine one works perfect.
I put that one in also.
So 50%, I mean, that's almost a passing grade these days.
It's a D, I think. But if I was a baseball player batting 500,
hey,
Hall of Famer.
That's legend material right there.
Never forget.
So, back to the beach.
Back to the beach.
You know, things are getting more serious when we both have life jackets on.
Yes, we now have a functioning water pressure regulator. And if I remember right from our last time out, we would start the pole at like 115 degrees of Fahrenheit air inlet temp and end it at like 140.
Okay.
And it went 117 that day.
Okay. Well,
with just me in the boat, not both of us.
Hmm. Here we go.
Do I need to shut it off and half throttle, or I'll go half throttle. little log then.
Yeah, maybe when you're getting up on plane, like,
Yep.
get it past half throttle or something.
Alright. There we go.
Oh, not again. Oh, the crank. Lost the crank signal.
We lost crank signal again. Are you telling me we're about to go through this all over again?
Well, what was the fix last time?
A new sensor.
Ah, dang it.
You know what I don't have?
A new sensor?
Yeah, yeah. This is the new sensor.
I wonder if there's some kind of mismatch. Is it an aftermarket block?
Yeah.
I've heard there's some of them that like the sensor's a little too far away.
I've heard the same thing. But it was doing this when Cletus was here.
Yeah.
You were here.
Put a sensor in it and
Went away.
well, maybe we'll just ease into it again and we can at
Okay.
least see the pressure.
Yeah.
You could start the log again before we get going.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll start the log.
Are we on? Yep, you're live.
Alright. There's the log. Here we go.
We're gonna sit on the hat. We don't want to lose the hat. I wonder if it's something to do with like the load. And it's like moving the crankshaft just enough to get it out of tolerance for the sensor.
It's gotta be. We'll try it now. I'll go wide open. Alright, here we go.
All right, so right here is where Mike and I make kind of an error with our assumption of what is wrong with the boat. So if you guys have watched any of Mike's videos before, you've known that he has had a crank sensor problem occasionally with this boat. You maybe saw us discussing it just a few minutes ago, like actually what's happening right now, or was happening right now. But what we failed to see, because we did not check any of the data until later this evening when we were sitting around eating dinner, is that when the engine was transitioning into the race fuel system, we did not prime the race fuel system. The boat had sat for 8 months and it has not been primed, and so the amount of time between when the race fuel pump was turned on and when it made fuel pressure did not occur before the EFI system demanded that the race fuel injectors with the race gas in it be turned on at 6.5 to 10 pounds of boost is when it transitions. So similar failure like action, but completely different reason for the failure, and we made the assumption, and instead of looking at the data like you guys know that I love to do, we just kind of ran with what we thought we knew. And there was a couple other little things that we saw that needed to be addressed, like if you notice the boat has a lot of spray up around the jet drive and stuff, and so we kind of do some diagnosis here and go to looking around, which you already saw if you were watching the video just a second ago. But I crawl back there and do some videoing to try and see if we can find the source of the spray, because that was new. And when Mike had replumbed the hoses to feed the intercooler and the engine separately, one of those hoses was just in the way enough catching the water as it exited the tunnel on the passenger side of the boat, and that was actually causing the boat to even, Mike said it felt like it was steering a little bit funny because it was kind of a little bit of an extra rudder back there. So we knew we needed to fix that, and that was going to take some time to replumb, and you know, we assumed we had a crank sensor problem, and we're gonna go try to work out a way around that. And then after we rode some jet skis, which you're about to see in just a few minutes, we were at dinner looking at the data, and we're like, oh, look at this. As soon as it transitions into the race fuel, it shuts off. But we have a clean RPM trace for the entire time, and we can see that there is barely any pressure in the race fuel system. Like it's, you know, it's 10 PSI and climbing instead of being 60 PSI where the system is set at. So just a lesson for you guys on keeping your eyes open when you're doing tuning stuff, because it's easy to miss something, especially when there is so much data on a car. But really, this was something basic that we should have caught. But, you know, they say hindsight's 20/20. Figured I'd share you guys a lesson at my expense. And now let's see what other adventures we can get into. All right, so we're leaving the water. Didn't get to go super fast today, but we didn't blow it up, so that's a good thing.
We didn't blow it up.
And we didn't end up in the drink.
Which is, yeah.
That's two wins.
Yeah.
I mean, we were 50% on the regulators earlier, and we're 2 out of 3 on what we needed to accomplish today.
Our regulator game is strong. Our crank position sensor game,
not so much.
Really weak.
Yeah. But that might wrap up this video. Or we're gonna go get the stand-ups.
I was gonna say, do you want to learn to ride a stand-up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if I can. I mean, I've done pretty well driving some other stuff. Let's see if I can drive a stand-up.
I think you can learn to ride a stand-up.
Yeah, let's try it. All right, stay tuned. All right, well, here comes a new adventure for Kevin. See if we can not make myself look like an idiot.
This day's going How to get better for you, though.
Like I said earlier, I have never ridden a stand-up jet ski. Tons of wave runners, tons of different boats, because I grew up on a lake, like I said earlier. But never one of these bad boys. And if I know Mike, they're probably not stock.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I kind of figured. So, what's the worst that could happen? All right, we'll head back the old Dodge down to put the Superjet. Are they both Superjets?
Yeah, these are both Yamaha Superjets. This is the last year of the 2-stroke Superjet. And this is a 94 model, which is the Gen 1 Superjet.
It looks like a classic.
This is actually the one that Cletus hauled on the roof of Leroy.
Oh, I remember that.
For me. Because I found it, like when I found out Yamaha wasn't going to make 2-stroke Superjets anymore, I looked all over the country to find one. And I found one at a dealer in Florida.
And he went and picked it up for you.
Not too far from Cletus, so he went and got it for me.
Nice. Well,
which was awesome.
You guys get to see me try this out. I'm going to watch Mike and then just try and copy what he does.
I highly recommend this for everybody. Like, if you have a pickup and a few $1,000s, it's so much fun. You literally launch this outside of your pickup.
Yeah,
that's what we're about to do.
Just drop her in. Let's get this on video.
Yes.
Just bloop her in the water, huh?
They weigh about, I don't know, 300-ish pounds.
Yeah, wouldn't we?
They just go.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Sure.
Good, because I need to find out if we have any gas. I know we do, I just don't know how much.
If that's the gas, there's a little over half tank.
Oh yeah, we're good. We're good.
That looks like a lot of motor for something this small.
Ah, right. There's the exhaust, it's water injected. This one's very quiet.
Oh, okay.
Because she's stock. That one's got a pipe, dual carbs, compression, the whole deal.
Oh boy.
That one's fun. And oddly enough, that's the only one with a camera mount, so that's the one you get to ride.
Perfect. Throw me right in the deep end.
But like I said, like it'll, you know, you're only going to get in as much trouble as you allow yourself to get into.
Yeah, but more throttle is more stable. And I guess that makes sense. I've done some wave runner stuff. And you never just chop the throttle and expect to be able to steer because it's a jet and the jet steers it. But with this, you have to also add in balance, where on a wave runner, you know, you're kind of sitting on top of a little mini boat.
Yeah, if you chop the throttle, it's going to kind of want to throw you over the handlebars.
Oh, well.
Like at high speed, if you're going just tapped out as fast as it'll go, don't chop the throttle, you're going over the bars.
Yeah, well, we probably won't do that.
Yeah.
I don't expect to try that adventure today. Yep. Familiar with that. Put that around the a buckle somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, electric start.
Electric start.
So I don't have to worry about being dumb when it comes to that.
Nah, you're gonna be good. It's got a choke. This one takes a little bit to warm up.
Gotcha. It's a sporty looking little thing.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
She's ready. So there's a couple different ways to start out. You can lay down on your stomach with your elbows right here.
Okay.
The problem with that is it puts your sack right where the jet drive is.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
So you can do that. I just don't recommend doing it very long. If you have some good balance, you can start out on your knees, especially if you're starting from the shore.
Okay.
And just wedge your knees up against the side and push with your knees out, and that'll stabilize it.
Okay.
And then you can ride around from your knees. And when you're ready to stand up, if you give it throttle, the back end sinks and it naturally puts you in a standing position.
Okay.
And so your goal is give it throttle, the back end sinks, and just step up to your feet. And then you're up. And then once you're up, don't let off the gas.
You make it sound so easy.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be, you're gonna want one of these.
There's a lot of lakes in Florida, and my dad lives on a lake still.
You have alligators. I'm not coming to your lake.
We do have alligators. Yeah. Oh. Let her warm up for a few. I see the two-stroke smoke. That thing is quiet. What's the worst that could happen?
So this one's totally stock, and I think from the factory, it's lean.
Ah.
It's like, you can't just give it throttle and go right now. I have to actually let it warm up.
Let her warm up a little bit?
Yeah, the other one doesn't have to do that. Okay, so I'm on my elbows right now, right?
All right. Okay, I see.
So this is position 1, elbows out. You're just cruising along. When you're ready to get up, elbows on the sides. Now I can stabilize it with my elbows.
Gotcha.
I give it gas, go to my knees, go to my feet.
All right.
If you give it a lot of gas, you skip your knees and just go to your feet.
Okay.
So if it doesn't stall, I'll show you right now. I'll go elbows and then feet. There's elbows.
And stall.
And stall.
She wasn't ready. New adventures. New adventures. Hopefully my microphone is working because this camera did get wet in the bottom of the boat when I was videoing, and when I was videoing the stuff off the back of the boat to try and see where the water was spraying from. Kind of messed that up, so here we go again.
All right, so elbows, knees, feet.
Okay, okay. And of course he makes that look so easy. And I heard throttle to turn it. Oh, it's going back. Oh, and jumping right off the bat. Perfect. Piece of cake.
You got this. So like, you know, and when you want to stop, or say like you're coming up to a no wake zone, you just slow down, get on your knees, and you can just cruise it around on your knees. That's pretty comfortable.
Well, we're not going to complicate things with a no wake zone today. Let's just right here in front.
Yeah, as fast as it'll go, right out here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no pressure. No, nobody's watching on YouTube or nothing. No.
Ah, the YouTube audience, they're gentle. You know, they're just pussy cats.
Here, I think.
They want to see you succeed. Oh, there's the other thing. Yeah, so that's the stop button. Okay. So if you're gonna run into something, you just push that or pull the cord.
Fly off the handlebars and.
Yeah.
Okay, so throttle here.
Start is right here.
Okay.
And you don't need the choke. This is fuel on and off. You don't need any of that stuff now.
Okay.
It should be pretty good to go. It's got enough heat in it. So as soon as you fire it, it's going to want to start trying to pull away from you.
So the best thing to do would be just to go ahead and try to get out of here before I hit any of these docks.
It didn't even occur to me that you could hit a dock, but yeah. Yeah. So what I would do is just cruise around on your elbows or elbows out and just get a feel for it.
Yeah, I could just ease her out.
Do some figure eights, and then when you're ready, just give it throttle. Just
throttle her up.
Smooth application of the throttle, like a quarter throttle.
Okay.
And just elbows on the side, because this is where your stability will be as you're getting up.
That makes sense.
So that's cruising around. That's I'm ready to get up.
Okay.
And then as soon as your elbows are on the side, just start applying the throttle, and as you do, just step up into it.
Okay. Sure. Piece of cake.
You got this.
Oh, okay, go.
Just don't floor it now. You'll blow your nuts off.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
He's got this. I'm not even worried about this. I mean, never forget. Kevin Smith wakes up each morning of his life and just pisses excellence all over the racetrack. And everywhere else, probably. I don't know. I feel like he'll figure this out immediately.
I can turn better to the right than I can to the left.
The more gas you give it, the sharper it'll turn.
Do I?
The more throttle you give it, the sharper it turns.
Okay.
Go for it. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Gone. Oh, that's perfect.
Dang it.
Let's go to the dock. I feel like there's fun to be had. I feel like there's fun to be had if I go to the dock. Yeah. It's a lot like a street bike. Like if you're in a corner and you're leaned in and you give it more throttle, it wants to stand up.
Huh.
So you were following to the right. If you turned right and gave it some throttle, it would have kept you from falling completely off. It would have stood you up.
Yeah, that just feels totally wrong.
I know, right?
It's just like...
But once you figure it out, all of a sudden you're like, this is the funnest thing ever.
Gotcha. Yeah, I felt like I was there, and then I chopped the throttle and it slowed down.
Yeah.
And then in the water I went. All right, well...
So pretty much, I feel like right now you could fire it, give it throttle, and go right to standing up. I feel like you've got that part figured out. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. He's up, ladies and gentlemen. He is up. What did I tell you? Oh, he's going over. So that's it right there. When you start falling over, you did great. When you started falling over to the right, and when you started falling over to the right, you need to turn right and give it throttle, and it'll stand itself right back up. But when you start falling over, your natural inclination is to go, oh my God, let off the gas. And then you continue to fall. This is a great place to learn to ride because there's not a lot of things to hit. Except that boat and those rocks and the dock I'm standing on, and those poles out there, see the white poles? Those are marking rocks. You don't want to go near those. Those are rocks. I think he knows that though. I didn't say that, but I feel like it's intuitive. He knows. Look at him out there just pissing excellence all over this lake. This lake's contaminated at this point. There's a bunch of Kevin Smith urine everywhere. Uh-oh. Can he turn? Can he make the turn? Throttle, throttle. Throttle, throttle. He's doing it. The man is doing it. Oh my goodness. Never forget, ladies and gentlemen and children, he's been on this for about 4.5 minutes. He's already making turns. He's going to be pro here any minute. So to recap, Kevin's a wheelman, not just for bank robberies, I mean in racing. He tunes, he fabricates, and now he jet skis. Is there anything this man can't do? Ladies, respond in the comments. I'm gonna go ride.
Whew. All right, well, I look like a drowned rat because I fell many times, but we both made it back. We didn't drown.
It is not.
We didn't sink the skis. And I'm a little winded. And, just for my personal take on it, like, it's gonna take some getting used to, because it's what you think you need to do is not what you need to do. Like, more throttle settles it, but then it also tries to squirt the ski out from under you, and so that's an adventure. And then let's say you get stupid like I did and floor it, and then you realize you're going fast enough and you're like, okay, I'm gonna let off the throttle and slow down. Well, then you let off too hard and it tries to throw you off the front. So we decided to call it a day while we could still muscle them back up in the truck. And I think we're gonna go grab some dinner, and then I'm probably gonna drive back to Florida. So
Not a bad day.
get you over there strapping your shirt on. Thanks for letting me ride the skis.
Yeah.
Wearing me out for my trip home.
I was solidly impressed. There's some good GoPro commentary on your behalf there.
Nice.
I basically
Thanks.
said this lake was blue when you got here, but after you pissed excellence all over the place out there, you turned to green. You turned to green.
Oh, well, I guess I can't live that down now. So appreciate everybody watching and subscribing, following along. Check out Mike's video the same day. Different take on the same stuff. So, all right, see you guys in the next one.